So we will discuss about how to define a class and what are the members of the class, and we will closer look into the class members. So which are the members of the class? So first you can say that is the first member in the class, that is you can say that is class variable. The second member in the class is known as a instance variable. The third member in the class is known as a initializer block. The fourth member is known as a class initializer block. The fifth member is known as a non-static methods. It is also known as a instance methods. So you can write here that is instance methods. Another member of the class is known as a that is class methods, and the last member that you can say that is constructor. So these are the 7 members of the class we can say. Let me put this into comment and let me explain each and everything clearly. So what is class variable? Class variable is also known as a static variable. So we can say that the static, what is static? It means no need to create an object. Without creating an object, we can access this. So that is what the static variable is. Without creating object, we can access it. And we can say that only one copy of this type of variable is available. And it loads whenever the class is loaded. So no need to create the object. Without object, you can access this. What is instance variable? Instance variable is known as a non-static variable. So we can say that without creating an object, we cannot access this. So we have to create an object to access this. We can say that each and every object has its own instance variable. So this is the wonderful thing. For example, in the last lecture we discussed about that is the cricketer demo. So what we did, I created an object of Rohit Sharma and I created an object of Virat Kohli. So both the object is the individual copy, that is you can say separate copy, and that is the name, total runs and total matches played. So this is what the instance variable is, and we have to create an object for this. What is initializer block? Initializer block, it is used to initialize the value. But wonderful thing about the initializer block is what? It will be called just before the each and every constructor is called. So it will be called always. It will be executed just before the constructor is invoked. So if you invoke the constructor, if you call the constructor just before the constructor, your initializer block will be called and you can initialize. The same, for example, if you want to create the 5 object and for each 5 object you want to initialize something, that is the common initialization. 5 object is created using the different constructor. For example, my first object is created using the parameterized constructor. Second object is created using the default constructor. Third object is created using the another parameterized constructor. But for all this, I want to allocate the some common resource, and that you can do using the initializer block. I will definitely give the demonstration of the same. So for class, if you want to initialize something, there is a class initializer block, and for the object you want to initialize something, there is an initializer block. And instance method is, again you can say, non-static methods, and again you can say without creating an object I cannot access this. But class method, that is a static methods, and I can access this without creating an object. And what is constructor? It is definitely used to create a new object as well as as well as it is used to initialize the value. So now I want to discuss about each and every these members of the class. So how we can do this in an example of employee. So I just want to create a one class, that is employee. Now I'm writing here that is each and every employee has employee number, each and every employee has name, each and every employee has a salary, and some employee also earns the commission. So I'm just writing here integer commission. Now these are the four non-static variable, and if it is a non-static variable then you can say it is an instance variable, and instance variable you cannot access without creating an object. Suppose if you want to access this, then you have to create an object. For example, class employee demo. Now I want to create an object over here, that is employee E1 equal to new employee. So this E1 is the new employee, right? Now I want to access this, that is employee number, name, salary and commission. So if I'm says that is the E1 dot, suppose if I'm printing here, that is system dot out dot print line, and that is E1 dot employee number. Now for each employee number is unique. For example, if I am writing that is employee number is equal to 1001, even dot name is equal to, for example, Ram, and even dot salary is equal to, for example, 10,000. Now I want to access this, so it is very simple to access even dot employee name and even dot, that is salary. So if you create the multiple objects, then for each object you can create, for each object you can allocate the separate value, that is E2. So E2 also has the separate value, that is 1001, 1002, for example Hariom, and this is for example 22,000, 20,000, E2, E2 and E2. So you can say that there are two different objects. So this variable E1 is known as an object variable. This is known as an instance variable, and instance variable is accessible using only object, and instance variable has the separate copy for each object, and that is the reason why I have the value 1001 and 1002, and both are the separate. So let me compile this, Java C employee demo.java, and let me run this, Java employee demo. So you will be able to access the two different object, and two different object has the two different value, that is 1001, 1002, Ram and Hariom. It means separate copy is available for both the object. But if you want to create the common copy for all the object, then you can declare your variable, that is static. For example, static organization name is equal to, and I am writing here that is Atmiya University. So this Atmiya University is the name of the organization, right? And that is declared as a static string. So I'm writing here static string, organization name is equal to Atmiya University. So this is my class variable, and class variable is accessible without creating an object. You can write here that is system.out.println, and you can write directly employee.organization name. So if you write here employee.organization name, you will be able to access this directly, and you will print over here that is Atmiya University. Even your object also can access this. For example, if I'm writing here that is even dot organization name, and here I'm writing that is E2 dot organization name. So both the object has the same value, and that is the common resource, and that is the Atmiya University. That is what the static is. But what happened, as this both the object has the access of this static, and they can access it, and they can change also if it is not declared as a final. So what happened, suppose if my this object is trying to change the value, and that is even dot organization name is equal to, for example, AU. So earlier it is Atmiya University. Now I just change using the object that is even, and if you change using the object even, then it will reflect in E2 also. If you change using the object even, it will reflect in E2 also. Why? Because it is a static and it is a common. But if you change over here name, for example, instead of Ram, if you make it here Tatsat, then it will not make the changes in the name of Hariom. It will be two different name, that is the Tatsat and Hariom. But if you make changes over here and if you make it here that is Atmiya, then it will make the changes into the second object also. Why? Because this variable value is static, and as it is static, it can be accessible by each and every object and by using the class name also. So you can say this is what your class variable is and this is what your instance variable is. But one problem is what? That is, you can change the value of your common resource, and if you change, if any object is changing or if class can change the value, then might be it creates the problem sometime. So what to do in the case that the common resource cannot be changed by anybody? So if you don't want to allow the user to make the changes into your common resource, that is the class variable value, then you can make your class variable that is final. So generally what happened, the static value is declared with the final. Why? Because as it is the static, it can be accessible by everyone. And if it is accessible by everyone, then anyone can change also. If you don't want to make the changes, then you can make your variable as a final. And if you make this variable as a final, now if you compile this, then you will get an error. Cannot assign a value to the final variable organization name. And this error, where it error is, the error is at the line number 36 over here, that is even dot organization name equal to Atmi. I cannot change, and once the common resource you cannot change, it will not be allowed user to change, and you will get always the value that is Atmiya University. User will be able to access this, but user will not be able to change this. That is what the final is. So now you people think that, sir, I want a demonstration that is there any inbuilt class in Java having the class variable and that is the static as well as final? Yes. For example, so here you can just access this using the inbuilt class. So if you want to access using the inbuilt class, then you can write over here that is system.out.println, and you can access math.py. So this math is the class which has static variable pi. So you can access the value of pi over here. You can just compile this javac employee demo.java and you can run this and you will get the value of pi, that is 3.1415926535897993. This is the value of pi in mathematics, but you cannot change this. Try to change this. For example, math.pi is equal to 3.14f. I'm just trying to change this. If you try to change, then you will get an error that you cannot assign a value to the final variable. What is the meaning of this? It is the meaning of this is this math class is the inbuilt class in java.lang package, which has the pi variable. It is declared as a static as well as final. It is declared as a static, and that is the reason why I am able to access this like this. That is the class name dot variable. One thing, and second, I cannot change the value. Why? Because it is declared as a final, and that is what I did over here. That is the final static. But sometimes people says that, sir, I want to get all this data using the constructor. So can we write the constructor? Yes, of course. So let me write here constructor, that is employee. So this is the default constructor in which I'm just passing the value, that is integer employee number, string employee name, and I'm writing here that is integer salary. Now I'm writing here this dot number is equal to number. this dot name is equal to name, this dot salary is equal to salary. Let me save this program as employee demo 2.java, so I can give you the latest example of the same. So this is my employee demo 2, this is my constructor. So now instead of passing this value individually, I can pass this value inside the constructor, and that is 1001 tatsat, and the value is 10,000. So what is the benefit of using this? It is very simple. I can just print like this, and I can pass here, that is 1002. The name is, for example, Hariom, and the value is, for example, 20,000. So no need to initialize the value individually. You can directly write over here. This is just an example, so I'm just putting here one comment. So now you people will be able to get this, and that is what? This is my class variable. These are my instance variable, and this is the constructor to initialize the value for object. Now I'm just calling the constructor and I'm just printing the value. So whenever you compile this, that is Java C employee demo 2.java, and whenever you run this, Java employee demo 2, so you will get the value, and that is what? The same value that you were getting earlier. But now what is the advantage? I'm using the constructor over here. So I use the three different elements. The one is the static variable, another is the instance variable, and the third one is the constructor. Now I want to use the method. So what we can do here? So I can write here one method to display the data. So I'm just writing here, that is void, and that is show employee. So this show employee is the function which will print the detail of the employee. So I'm just printing the detail over here. So now no need to print every time. Directly you can write even dot show employee. So this show employee is the function which is used to print the value of each and every employee. So you can say this show employee is the function, this is the method, and this method is known as a instance method. I need to write here, that is employee number, employee name. Instead of even, you can write this over here, but no need to write this. Why? Because there is no ambiguity in my variable, so I can write directly employee number, name, and all this. Now if you run this, you will get the same result. But this show employee is the function. You cannot access this function without creating an object. Sometimes people say that, sir, I want to create the common function which is accessible for each object, like this variable. So can we create the function which is accessible for each object, and the function which can be accessible without creating an object? Yes. So that kind of function is known as a class function, and that is known as a class method. So let me write here static void, for example, display. So what we can print over here, in static context we can access only static value. In non-static context we can access the static value. Why? Because the static load first. So whenever static is load, you cannot access the non-static variable inside this, right? So suppose if you are trying to access this, for example, system.out.println employee number. If I am trying to access this inside the display function, and if I am compiling this program, that is employee demo 2.java, then I will get an error that the non-static variable cannot be referenced from static. Why? Because static load first, this run first. So there is no instance variable is created yet. So you cannot access non-static variable inside static context. But you can access static variable inside non-static method. For example, say here, this organization name I accessed over here inside the show employee function. Why? Because the reason is the same. Static is load first, so it can be accessible in the non-static function. But static is load first. Static is load first, and that is the reason why non-static variable is not accessible over here. So if you want to access here, then you can access the only static portion over here. Now what is the benefit? The benefit is now I don't need to write like this, that is the employee.organization name. I can directly call the function employee.display. So this employee.display, you can say this is the function, that is the static function I can call directly using the class name. So if you compile this, you will not get an error and you will be able to see the value that is Atmiya University. You cannot access non-static variable, that is instance variable, inside the static context. So this is your class variable, this is instance variable, this is constructor, this is, you can say, your class method. It is also known as a static method, and this is known as an instance method. It is also known as a non-static method. Now I want to discuss about initializer block and class initializer block. So class initializer block always call only once whenever the class is load. So it executes only once whenever the class is execute. For example, how to write the class initializer block? So it is very simple. You can write just static and curly braces. So you can say it is class initializer block. It will be called only once whenever class is loaded. So suppose if you want to make some initialization common for your class, then you can use the static block. It will be called first time whenever the class is loaded. So the first execution is the class initializer block. So let me compile this and let me run this. You will get the output that the class initializer block is executed first. Then everything is executed over here. Now, what is initializer block? Initializer block means it will be executed individually for each and every object just before the constructor is called. So this initializer block will be executed every time just before constructor is called. So suppose if you have three types of constructor, so for each constructor this initializer block will be called, and for each instance it will be called. You can say that this initializer block is, that is, for individual object you can initialize the value. So there are two objects I created over here. Suppose if I have one more constructor over here, and that is, you can say this is system.out.println, and you can say it is a default constructor. So I just created a default constructor over here. Now I'm creating over here one more instance, that is default constructor. So what is the benefits here? For each constructor your initializer block will be called. So now I'm getting the value. See carefully. This is the class initializer block. It will be called only once. So before the class is loaded, you want to make some initialization, you can use into class initializer block. After that, Atmi University, it means I'm accessing the static method over here. Then initializer block, it means it is executed just before the constructor is called, and this is parameterized constructor is called. Here also parameterized constructor is called, but here the default constructor is called, and just before that also the same initialization block is executed. It means suppose if you have 10 constructor and for each constructor you want to call the block, then you can use the initializer block. So these are the 7 members. Class variable I declared as an organization name. Instance variable I declared as an employee number, name, salary and commission. Initializer block I just used over here. This is the initializer block. Class initializer block, it is declared as a static block. So class initializer block is also known as a, that is static block, and initializer block is also known as a non-static block, and for each object it will be created, that is initializer block. This will be called only once whenever the class is loaded. Instance method, that is the non-static method. Class method, that is the static method. And constructor, it is used to initialize the value. So these are the 7 members of the class.